Hey, Shalom. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. A sincere Shalom, Labakaryim, Shah Yasha Allah. That's peace to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. I'm going to try to make this quick. We just coming from camp. This is our camp day today. And, you know, a heavy topic came out. It was just the spirit. I don't know where it came from. We was reading Ephesians 6, about to go into the armor, but I forgot verse 1, 2, and 3. You know, it starts off heavy, going into your parents. Now we have physical parents and we have spiritual parents in this truth. And we know our apostles of Great Millstone, starting with Apostle Tahar, these are our spiritual parents. But then we also have physical parents that we enter this realm through. Okay, bloodline, genealogy. And call Allah Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that our father is an Israelite. Therefore, we're Israelites. But there was a situation, you know, that was brought up at camp today. And I take it very personal. I kind of glanced through it, but it was me seeing my father after many years. And I remember when the Apostle Gabar, a few years back, he put out, you know, a video saying make it right with your fleshly father, if you can, if you're in contact with him. You know, now I didn't act on it at that moment because I've seen my father before in the past, before I came into the truth, and we carnally, you know, got it right. You know, kissed and hugged, and he told me this story. But now that I'm in this truth, we spiritually didn't get it right. Now, I dumped out a lot of garbage from my heart in the world, but now I fully understand. And at this time, I didn't see him while I was in this understanding, in this truth now. You know, but the Lord gave me the opportunity, you know, about 4 years ago, about 4 years ago, I would say, you know, when we was on our way to camp. And the Father had it to where we crossed each other's path. It was amazing. It was very spiritual. And I'm gonna let this video play this part, you know. But I meant every word that I said to him, and I seen in his eyes he did. And the Lord gave me a chance. This was a heavy opportunity, you know, to tell him I forgive you, I love you. You know, and I was able to move forward because 2 years later he passed away. You know, and I felt good because we were clear. And he even came around the camp a few times and started watching the videos. You know, this was just a heavy moment. You know, so I'm gonna play this here and I'm gonna just read a scripture out of Sirach 3, and we know the law. Honor thy father and mother. Not taking anything from my mother. I've made amends with her, you know, in the truth and out the truth also. But, you know, my mother's going to do what she's going to do, you know. But this is specifically just about my my father right now. Let me let this play.
Your father and mother is on earth, and especially with your father, man. The apostle put that out a few years ago. Make amends with that, man. I remember you did a few videos on it too, and that's heavy. That's heavy because I know my situation. And one day we was coming to camp, and what happened? Who we bump into?
His father just popped up.
Hey, and it's crazy because
We parking. They didn't show you the Lord, man.
Yeah, it was.
Go ahead, you say.
No, go ahead.
It was very.
You was the witness.
It was perfect because I was there. I parked right behind them. This one we used to be over here, and we was on Halsey Street. I parked behind him, and he getting out. You know, we looking at each other like, hey, Shalom up, and we getting ready and stuff. And his father walked up, but didn't know that it was him at first.
Yeah.
He was about to walk right past you.
Yep.
And then y'all turned around at the same time, and y'all they locked eyes. Oh shit!
Yeah.
My dad, my father. You know, that'll catch you off guard.
Yeah.
If you don't see your father for years,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you turn around, and it didn't just happen
Right.
Him at damn Walmart. No, it happened when he was out here doing the work, man. You know what I'm saying? That was spiritual. Yeah.
You know, and we talk, we hug, we kiss. You know, which is genuine, man. Just, you know, it's like you couldn't keep our hands off each other. Just hug, kiss.
It was very
little
beautiful.
teardrop,
Yeah, it
you
was
know.
very beautiful.
Told him I love him. He even came around the camp.
He was happy. He was happy.
They came around the camp, you know, and we
stay for the whole stay for the whole.
Yeah, we've made amends in the past before, but I guess the Lord wanted to really put the stamp on it now. And then he started following. He passed away. You know, he up in his spiritual body right now. He passed away. I think it's been about 2 years now.
Yeah.
So the Lord made that happen right before he passed away. You understand? And I went to, view the body or whatever, you know. But he's out of the suffering. My father went through a whole lot.
And you was somewhat a little vexed about it. 'Cause I remember you came to camp and you were speaking to me, and then the Lord spoke through me. Remember I read that scripture?
Yeah.
Where the Lord said, "Don't worry about the dead.
Yeah.
He's good."
Yeah.
I forgot where that scripture is.
I was vexed, you know.
And the Lord spoke through you.
Yeah, because we love our parents, you know, in the world, but we come to a real understanding that if we the elect, our parents are our children. We have that understanding now, you know, and him being released from that suffering and from his body, going to the spiritual world, and the Lord having it maybe 2 years before that. That's when that happened. They're having us see each other. He came to camp a few times, right? Like 2 or 3 times he passed by with my sister and everything, you know. But that was a beautiful thing, just a little testimony about, you know, hey, if your father's on planet Earth or whatever, you know, a lot of brothers, you come into this truth, the world teaches they hate your father, right? You got this anger, all the fucking rap songs about mommy this, mommy that, the queen of heaven. You hear the story, you find out the whole time your mother was out there hoeing.
Yeah.
You find your mother was out there hoeing, man.
Yeah, and daddy always Pop Dukes, they get the even though they do their wickedness or whatever they did, they get the bad rap growing up.
Yeah.
And Esau has set up a wicked vibration on the earth, starting with the woman to put this negative view and perception about your father growing up.
Yeah.
Even though it's part of the curses.
Part of the curse.
You know what I'm saying? Your father will leave you, things happen here. But at the end of the day, man, you know, when you come into this truth, you understand spiritually, like, look,
you do.
You gotta let that go and forgive him.
Yeah.
And continue on, man.
Yeah.
The Lord gonna deal with him.
Yeah.
The Lord dealing with my father, man. My father was wild. You know, he's cool now, laid back. We be talking once in a while.
Right.
You know? Let me read this real quick. This is
So we're
Sirach
gonna stop
chapter 3, verse.
And we're going to get that with the I'm about to read Sirach chapter 3. So that was a very spiritual moment. And after that, you know, we stayed in contact, you know, off and on. You know, I would hear from him now and then. And he passed back by the camp maybe 2 or 3 times after that with my sister and my nephew. And, you know, I was hearing, you know, through other family members that, you know, he would tune in every Saturday. You know, camp would come on. He'll be there. Even heard that him and my mother, because they eventually started, you know, befriending each other later on in life, you know, and around this time that they both would watch, you know. And I send my prayers out to my mother because she's still alive, you know, and I love my mother a lot. You know, that's my physical mother. You know, we all got demons and, you know, things going on. So I don't fault her. You know, she had a lot of issues, so did he. You know, but we in this truth, and we know we under these curses, and we know that everybody's not pulled out of this world, you know, to become these profound people that we are. You know, we calling ourselves the hopeful elect. That's not easy. That's heavy. That's heavy. The Lord has put that in our mouth, you know, and our parents, that's not their walk. That's not their opportunity, you know, but we honor thy father and thy mother, like the law says, you know. And honoring it don't mean you ain't got to put up with they shit. You know, sometimes, you know, you got parents that's going off or whatever. You did your part. You know, you might have to just keep your distance, you know. Or you have parents like my parents, you know. I was able to get, you know, an opportunity like this. You know, this is the law. This is Exodus 20, verse 12. It says, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee. NLT. Honor your father. See how the Lord puts the father first for a reason. You know, we our bloodline, everything comes through the father. So honor thy father and thy mother too. Then you will live a long, full life in the land Yahweh your power is giving you. So, you know, the Lord, first of all, we're not perfect. You know, in this world, you expect your parents to be perfect, you know. No, they under the curses too. So this is where the mercy will come in. Yeah, we've been hurt. We've been done wrong. You know, you'll forgive people in the world before you forgive your parents. And that's wrong. That's that worldly attitude. You know, and that could be a hurdle that the Lord put in your way. And then when you hop over that, you grow. You know, because it's not in the law for, you know, just because the Lord wanted to say that. That's in there for a reason. So I bless Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah for making that encounter happen with me and my father. And it was so organic. And then, like Doc said, we was about to go do the work. And this went down. You know, very spiritual. This is Ecclesiastes. I'm going to just read it. You see the headings, honor parents. Ecclesiastes 3, verse 2. For Yahweh have given the father honor over the children, and have confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons. So your mother's involved in this. It's just that there's an order. You know, the father is first, but your mother, especially if you got a mother that's on point, you know, she might sit with you, you know, listen to your scripture. You know, you coming to this truth. Your mother just don't want to see you get hurt. She don't want to see you out there dealing drugs or doing anything. So she'll sit and listen and lend the ear. That was my mother when I came into the knowledge. You know, she'll sit and just lend the ear and listen. She wouldn't say yeah, nay. Then after a while, she even started saying the names, using the names. And I hope that she uses them to this day. You know, because she's still on the earth. You know, but this is serious business we're involved with. And the Lord is watching everything. So you younger Akim, Agua, coming into this truth, you living with your parents, don't be out there, you know, disrespecting your parents, especially if you're in their house. They're giving you orders, you obey those orders. You do what you got to do, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is looking at that. And that might be a determination on you getting up in these ships or not, or receiving that protection in Jacob's trouble. You don't take this lightly when you're dealing with your physical parents on planet Earth. There's a reason why these scriptures are in here and this law is in here. Okay, so it says, for Yahweh hath given the father honor over the children, and have confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons. Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sins. You see that? That's like following the Day of Atonement. Now we know Yahweh Shah is the ultimate atonement, but this is not going unnoticed in the spiritual world. It says, and he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasures. You know, and I don't mean bowing down to your mother or father, you know, relieving that anger sincerely out of your heart and forgiving them for what was done under the curses. You know, and we was giving our parents according to our measure. So maybe you deserve those parents for something you did. Whoso honoreth his father shall have a joy of his own children. And I have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. And they you know, they 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They're listening to the knowledge. But I don't expect them to do anything other than that. They're not called, not on the level we on. But they're not giving me hell. You know, my girls don't have boys running in and out of the house. I'm not chasing them down. They answer the phone when I call. They all live with me. You know, and they all, you know, teenagers and young adults now. I think my youngest, Jerry, he's 14. He's the youngest in the house. My children range from the age of 23 down to 14. And I'm not pulling my hairs out. They're not wicked children, you know. They got their issues, But the Lord has definitely worked with me through these kids. So it says, whosoever honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children. And when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard. Now, this is deep. We were talking about prayer today, which is the beg. Okay? But the Lord is looking, okay, how you doing? Okay, you dealt with your parents in the world, but how you dealing with his parents now? He that honoreth his father shall have a long life. And he that is obedient unto the Lord shall be a comfort to his mother. He that heareth Yahweh will honor his father and will do service unto his parents. As to his master, honor thy father and mother both in word and deed, that a blessing may come upon thee from them. For the blessing of the father establishes the house of children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out the foundation. Glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for thy father dishonor is no glory unto thee. And this is very important right here, because we got all the Biggie Small songs, Tupac, DMX, you go on and on and on. The music industry paid these guys off to disrespect and dishonor their father. And that's why most of them dead, hooked on drugs. They got nothing going for them. Money spent up, ass out to the world, looking ridiculous. They didn't receive the mercy, so the Lord didn't give them time to come into this truth like us and solve the pain of the situation. But we have, because I listened to a lot of those rap songs, and I had ill will and emotion. There was one time when I was a young teenager, wild, growing up in the streets of Newark, and I ran across my father in the streets, and we almost had a fist fight in the street, and I just couldn't do it. My father was down for the rah-rah, I mean, we stepped in the street, put our hands up, and, and I seen the look in his eyes. He didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. And, I walked away, but I felt so bad. I mean, for years, I felt bad. I never spoke about that. But being a nigga under the poison, high, drinking, got that wild Newark spirit on me. F my dad, listen to the music over and over. So when you see your dad, you want to kill him. From that to this now, the Lord's wisdom reaches from one end of the earth to the other. The Lord's hand is not short that it cannot save. The Lord is something else. From night to day, what a difference. So it says, glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee. For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father, and a mother in dishonor is a reproach to her children. My son, help thy father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he liveth. And if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not when thou art in thy full strength. And that's what happens, You grow up, you doing better than your father, so you diss him. Look at these basketball players, football players. As soon as they get their contract, they buying mommy the home. They doing this and that for mommy. But see, we in this knowledge, they in the dark. We in the glorious light, where we live and where we stay. So we move with meekness and humility. So we take the back road, which is the proper way to be right now in this truth. A humble spirit, forgiving. The meek shall inherit the earth. For the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten, and instead of sin, it shall be added to build thee up. And that's why, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, those who've been rehearsing this scripture here, we've been growing. We've been growing. Yes. And if you haven't taken this route, let this be a lesson. It's such a burden that the Lord actually lifts off you when you let that go, that pain and anger for your father and mother of what happened in the world. when we all was in the world. In the day of thy affliction, it shall be remembered. Thy sin also shall melt away as the ice in the fair warm weather. The Lord got a funny way of putting this stuff vivid. You know how ice melt under the heat, never to be remembered again. And that's the beauty. That's like charity cover a multitude of sins. This is saying the same thing. So the honor for thy father and mother shall heal a lot of secret sins we have. He that forsaketh his father is a blasphemer. Wow. And he that angereth his mother is cursed of Yahweh. So let this be a lesson, and taking heed on how powerful this walk is, even down to your physical mother and father. Don't be out here disrespecting, acting like you king of the jungle and you better than somebody. Is of the Lord's grace and mercy, we have this ministry at this time, and we understand that the Lord could have left us in the dark about this. All right. So I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKwadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who told me this truth. A sincere shalom, labakarium, shah, yasha Allah. That's peace to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.